In this video, you're going to see me cry. While I'm self-conscious about it, I'm not embarrassed. It's really been an overwhelming week. A lot has been happening, and getting into the boat has been very, very confronting. As I said before, looking at photos on the internet is one thing, but walking onto your own boat is completely different. So with that said, let me tell you about my week. I arrived late in the afternoon to take over the boat, and there was a bad storm brewing, Storm Dara. Everything was a bit rough and wild in little old Gervin, but finally I was on the boat alone. So I'm recording this literally the first hour on the boat. What have I got myself into is really the question here. The boat, I got no idea how things work. So we know how to turn the batteries on, but there's no lights in the wheelhouse upstairs because it's been fully stripped. Downstairs, some of the lights work, some of them don't. It's a kind of a homemade electronics, homemade electrical system. And basically I'm sleeping here tonight. It's kind of cold. I need to go to the supermarket now and buy some paper towels and some cleaning products because it's really, really dirty downstairs. There's a pretty good shower room in the marina, which I'm going to use. But yeah, it's first stage of the project is to get it domesticated. The next day, the storm was still raging, and it seems the boat took some damage. The 15-year-old wind turbine was blown apart, with propeller parts strewn across the car park. I sorted through the pile of documents to try and find the wind turbine manual to see if it could be repaired. Then there were other organising jobs, such as getting these aluminium pieces back onto the boat. They'd been cut out of the original wheelhouse and will be reinstalled at some point. There was a job of reinstalling the ladder back to its original position, and it's been wedged into place, which should be good enough in the short term ahead of a proper installation. And as a result, it created a little hole where I could create a nice little wood pile for all the bits of scraps of wood lying around the boat. I managed to start to clean up the wheelhouse. Now this will be the focus of next week's work, where I really want to remove the rust, put down some primer, and just make the whole wheelhouse watertight, as it is a little bit damp at the moment, little bit being an understatement. I did find a pink children's sand shovel, which I tried to put to work, but let's face it, this one's for kids. With the help of the harbour master, we got the generator running, but I've got to say it does have a few problems on the cooling. This is the only radiator cap I've seen with a hole in it. The whole generator hasn't been serviced in years, and I will aim next week to clean this up and get it running nice and smooth. The sun eventually came out, and we had some very cold and clear days. So while this video is upbeat, I was very overwhelmed, very emotional, and I'm just going to close out this video with very raw cut of what I was feeling at the time. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.
This is the first 24 hours on my boat have just passed. I'll tell you, I am feeling a little bit overwhelmed. While the boat has a lot of potential, she's got a few problems. What are the two best days owning a boat? The day you buy it and the day you sell it, right? So I've had a few boats before, so I bought it. Really, there was no emotion. It was just another day. But driving an hour and a half away, a day and a half away from a place I love living, which is very comfortable, to turn up in dusk in a little town in Scotland where I don't know anybody, climbing onto a boat in the dark that's pretty rough condition, is not so much fun. And it was a little bit how can I say, emotional this morning. It's like, God, what have I done? What have I done? And I know that will pass, and I got help from 3 people today. That is Simon, the harbour master, came down and gave me a hand with the generator. Nick, another friend of mine, he's heading towards France at the moment, but he's an engineer. He gave me some tips and also some words of encouragement, which was great. And then, actually, I'm going to cry. And then Ronnie next door, the fisherman, really nice guy. He's got his own things going on. He took the time. And that's what it's all about, really. It's what it's all about. And I think, with this channel, I try not to pretend to be anything I'm not. I love boats, but again, I'm not an engineer. I've got my limits to my skills. But again, one of the reasons of getting this boat is because I want to learn. So I've got to go through that learning curve. And, what's really nice is when people help. They don't need to help, but they help anyhow. And if you're watching this, I want to say thank you too. 24 hours down, who knows how long we've got to go. Thanks for watching. Cheers.